Normally we call it as a scripting language. Also, we can call it as a programming language. Whatever the way you want, you can call it. So what is this JavaScript? So JavaScript don't need any software to be downloaded. You have already downloaded the software. What is the software is? Browser. Okay, whatever the browser it may be. Okay, that is the software for your JavaScript. Got my point? So JavaScript execution happens in any browser. So how can you say any browser, sir? What is the thing? Have you seen in 90s or 2000s, you don't have Chrome. Do you have Chrome? Chrome came into picture around 2010. From there, it became very much popular. Before that, you are having around 2006 to 2010, it came. 2005, before, we don't have Chrome. Okay, you have some software called Mozilla. That time it started 2005, like this it started. And then if you go to the Apple, when you're using Apple that time around 90s and 2000s, they have their own browser. Okay, they have their own browser. So like this, browsers are used to be there. So each and every browser is created with a some programming installed in it. So what is that programming language is? It is not programming languages. It is a engine for JavaScript. Each and every browser have a JavaScript engine inside it. Okay. So let's see how JavaScript engine works and everything. And we'll see the basic concepts, how these things are. So what is this JavaScript engine and how each and every browser is installed? So each and every browser in recent days, you may be heard of V8 engine. Okay. So Java, Google, once Google started developing JavaScript engine in their browsers, when they started with browser. So JavaScript having some set of rules and regulations, how a JavaScript need to execute. Okay, so you have written some JavaScript, it has some set of rules and regulations how JavaScript has to work. So in that case, what happened is like, yeah, I'll tell you what is the difference between JavaScript. So in that time, what happened is like Google created a engine that is called V8 engine. So JavaScript engine is the basic engine. So on top of it, how JavaScript engine is like how the JavaScript code need to execute. On top of it, Google Chrome created an engine that is called V8 engine that became popular now. Okay, so that's the reason you may be heard of V8 engine, V8 engine, because V8 engine node is built on top of V8 engine. But Chrome has their own engine. IE is having their own engine. Safari is having their own engine. But this one only became popular. Okay. So coming to your question, what is the difference between HTML and JavaScript? So HTML is a place where you can just create a web page, where you can create a web page. In that web page, where your component, what type of text has to display, how the text has to be displayed. So that is a static. You want to make your web page dynamic. Okay, you need to get some response from the some server need to display, or you need to modify some content on the HTML page, and you need to do some programming on your HTML page dynamically. Then we are going to use JavaScript. Okay, that is the thing. Now coming to JavaScript. So I'll tell you the JavaScript engine first. I'll explain some program, and then I'll tell how the JavaScript engine is going to work. So coming to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, all these are line by line execution. Not only this one, if you go to the any programming language is line by line execution. So difference between static and dynamic is like static is like this is the static. So whenever you are executing some page, that is going to be static. So there is a page in that the content you are there is a page in that the content you can't modify it. You can't modify it. But whenever by using some action on this page, by clicking some button, by clicking something, you can able to modify some content on this web page, or this web page can be modified So you're not refreshing the web page, and your web page can be modified by any of the services from outside. So you are not refreshing the web page, but your content is modified. Those type of is going to be dynamic. So whenever you can able to modify something on your web page, that is going to be static, sorry, dynamic. So you may be in this current environment, you may be seeing many websites. There is a company website that is simply we call it as a static website. They'll be having 5 to 10 pages, and you can see the information about that company or something. But if you see Flipkart, Amazon, all these websites are like dynamic. You are providing some action, they are giving them response. Okay, static web page at home, about us, contact us, or something like this. You can just go there and you can just do some normal things over there. Okay, now let's go to the JavaScript, how to write a JavaScript, how to write HTML, how to write CSS. So we have seen how to write HTML. You can provide HTML and you can able to provide the CSS also on the page. It may be internal, it may be in page, it is then external website, external CSS. So same like CSS, we can also write JavaScript in HTML page in head section. So to write the JavaScript, we need to use the tag that is called script. Script type text or JavaScript. Okay. Yeah, that will be JavaScript. You can do with JavaScript. Okay, you can do with JavaScript. So this is the way you need to write a JavaScript program in your HTML page. Okay, you need to write with the start tag with script, and you can write end tag with script. So coming to JavaScript, it's not required to write your JavaScript in the head section. At any point of the page, you can write JavaScript. At any point of the page, you can write the JavaScript. It may be head section, it may be body section, it may be any section, you can write JavaScript. Okay. So as of now, I have written the head section, but you can write in body section. And here you need to understand, suppose you are writing the script here, half of the program you can write here, and again remaining half of the program you can write here. Okay, it's not necessary to write full program at one place in JavaScript. You can write any page, anywhere your program. Okay, of the program you can write here, of the program whenever you wanted, you can write it. There is no restriction like that. Okay, got it. So this is the first thing. Let's come to next thing. So what we can do more with JavaScript. Okay, so we have seen what is the structure, how to write JavaScript. JavaScript is a simple programming language. To be frank, if you know C programming, JavaScript is going to be much simpler than C programming language, to be frank. So how many you know C programming language? I just wanted to know. I don't want it. If you know or don't know, I'll go through the all topics, but I'm just asking everyone having the Java C programming language. If you know the C programming language, this will be more simpler to the C programming. C++ is advanced object-oriented concept. C is and JavaScript having much similarities, and we will know what is the similarity. Now, first thing, whenever you are going to learn some programming language, okay, whenever you are going to learn some programming language, a programming language come with some set of basic items. Okay, a programming language will come with some set of basic rules and regulations and basic syntaxes. Okay, so in this we'll see what are all the basic things we are going to have every programming language. First of all, what we are going to have in any programming language, we are going to have keywords. So what is the keywords? Keywords are the predefined variables defined by any programming language. So if you see C programming language, if you want to create integer, what you'll use? Int you'll use. If you want to create a character, you'll use character. If you want to create some um, loops and structures, all these are going to be keywords. These keywords can we use for any other variables? We can't use it. So those keywords are having some rules and regulations for them. So in C programming language, JavaScript also, we are going to have some basic rules and regulations. Okay, basic keywords in that. So first thing what we are going to see is in C programming languages, to be frank, there is no other programming language on web. Can you tell me one programming language on web? On web, can you tell me one programming language? There is no other programming language on web. Web means on the client side. Web means on the browser, you have only one programming language or scripting language, that is JavaScript. You don't have any other. Do you have any other? We don't have any other. Only JavaScript we have. Okay. So JavaScript, we are going to start with first keywords. So all the keywords will be, what are all the keywords will be available in the other programming language. Same like this. See, Angular, these are all things are built on top of JavaScript. AngularJS and React.js, all are JavaScript only. Okay. There is no other thing. So what about the frameworks like, see, frameworks like Flask, these are all the things based on Python, but finally you need to come up with JavaScript or HTML to display some output on the web page. You can't do without these things. If you want to display something on a web page without HTML, CSS, JavaScript, you can't do. That's simple. Okay. Now, so as I said, keywords. So what are all the basic keywords we are going to have? So while we are learning the keywords, we'll understand what are the keywords and why those are going to be used. Those will be on, we can write with HTML, JavaScript only. It's not like their own languages. Okay. Those inside they have written JavaScript and HTML. Okay. Now, so first thing, let's go to the basic keywords in JavaScript. So when we are coming to the basic keywords in JavaScript, I wanted to tell you the basic one important thing with other programming language and JavaScript programming language is JavaScript is very lightweight and it is available in all the browsers. It may be in your mobile Chrome browser or it may be in your mobile, your desktop, everywhere. Okay. Now, variables. First thing we are going to learn the concept when you are trying to learn the variables in any programming language, you'll be learning the first concept we are going to learn is integer, where integer, character, strings and everything. Okay, coming to JavaScript, simple thing. We don't have different type of data types. These are we called as data types. So what is a data type? Data type is nothing but what type of data it is going to store. Simple example, you wanted to do some calculation of integers and then you need to use that data in other place. At that time, you need to combine these two data types. You need to combine these two integers and you need to store in some place so that some other place in your program, you can use it. Simple example, I'll tell here. I have a two variables 5 plus 5. So I need to combine this 2 plus 2, 5 plus 5, and I need to get the output and I need to display over here. So when you need to display over here, so I have done this here, I need to display over here. So how the data will come from there to here? How the data is coming from there to here? Okay. then we are going to use data types. So we got us a data type is nothing but what type of information it is going to hold. So in any programming languages, we have multiple data types. First one is integer, second one is character, second one is third one is floating point or boolean. Like this, we have multiple things. But coming to JavaScript, you don't have any data type. Okay, JavaScript itself converts whatever the data you have provided into a data type. Okay, so in JavaScript, we don't have any integers, floats, characters, and boolean. So what we need to write them? So the data type is var. Is just a var. We are going to call as a variable. Okay, we are going to call it as a variable. In JavaScript, we have only one that is called var variable. Okay, suppose I want to store 5 plus 5 value into a variable. So I'm going to write a variable var, and what is the variable name you can create. So whenever you're creating the integers, characters, you need to provide some name for that. What name I can store? I can create a sum. So what are all the basic rules to create a user defined variables? What are all the basic rules? So these basic rules are simply like other programming languages. Okay, simply like other programming languages. So what are all the basic rules and regulations to create a simple uh, what do you call simple user defined variable? The sixth thing is it should not start with a number and variable name should not have spaces and should not start with any special character. And if you want to use a special character, you should not use dots or something. You can use underscore. Okay, you can use underscore. So should not start with numbers, and at the end you can have number, but should not start with number and should not have spaces, should not have any special characters. So these are all the basic things when you're writing a variable names. So now what I'm trying to do, I'm having a variable called sum. In this, what I'm trying to do, I'm adding 5 plus 5. Okay, I'm adding 5 plus 5. And like every programming language, JavaScript is also clearly structured, but it is, as I said, it is very simple programming language. So what is that is, you need to provide semicolon at the end of the line. And coming to JavaScript, the thing is like, it is a user defined. Var is a keyword. This is a system defined variable like keyword. But some we are creating a variable, user defined variable. So we are defining a variable and then we are storing it. If we are creating a integer type, we are creating a character type, we are creating a float type, something like this. But here we don't know what type of data we are going to store. So it will be just simply a variable. Got it? So now I have a var and I am storing value of 5 plus 5. It will store what it will store. It will store 5 plus 5 as a 10 and it will store in sum. Okay. Now, so we have created a user defined variable by using the keyword called var, and then it's storing some information 5 plus 5. Okay. Now we can, if you want to display on a web page, okay, we can't display it directly. I'll tell you two rules how to display the data. Okay, So if you want to display the data on the HTML page, we need to write document dot write off. What is the sum? 5 plus 5 value is 10. I'm going to write sum. Let me execute this thing. Can you see 10 value came here? So variables are nothing but the user defined variables are nothing but where you can store some information and then we can access at any point of the time in the, okay, let me, can you see the output? Can you see the 10 over here? Yes, see here. So JavaScript is going to have a predefined document.write function. What it is going to do is in the current document, write the sum. Okay, maybe you have seen in C programming like what do you have C programming, what we have write ln write. So like this we are having a console dot not console stdio.h. Like this we are going to have printf and println like this. So like this we are going to write printing the output. The same way we can print output in JavaScript by using the document write in HTML page. Okay, we don't have printf. So I'll tell you the console. I'm coming to that point only. JavaScript is case sensitive and sometimes it is not case sensitive, but you need to write in small letters. Okay, so you need to write in small letter. JavaScript at anywhere in the program you can write. It should not be like in a head section or body section. Okay, wherever you want you can write in, wherever you want you can write in. Suppose if you write this document.write of sum in the head section itself, execute it, you can see 10. So document.write means it will write in the HTML page. The statement is like if you see printf in the C programming, it will print in the, it will print in the whatever the C programming execution page you are seeing. The same way you can able to see over here. Okay, yeah, in the terminal. I'll come. Everything it's not possible to explain just fraction of seconds, correct? I'm coming one by one. Okay, I'll come how to write separate files and everything. I'm just explaining the basic things. Okay, I'll tell you. And now you can able to write this program like this. So at any point of time, you can access the JavaScript at any place. See here, I have created JavaScript here. And then you can access in the same page, but you can't access in a separate page the code whatever you have written in the this page. Okay, this is the first thing. Now coming to the second thing. So here where okay, here where is going to be the important as well as critical part of JavaScript also. It looks like it is very simple, but it is having very complex thing in it. I'll show you what is that complexity. So now, okay, so now you have added two integers, it added and it provided output. Suppose I'm creating multiple variables and I'm trying to add them. So what I'm trying to do is I'm creating a variable called um, data1 is 5. And then what I'm doing, where data 2 equal to 5, and then where sum equal to data 1 plus data 2. This is same like old program, correct? I'm storing 5 in data 1, 5 in data 2, and I'm printing, and you can able to see the output because integers and integers it is executing, and you can able to see the output 10, which is good. In C programming languages or other programming languages, if you try to assign a character or a boolean is like 0 to 1, that's fine. Integers, if you are trying to assign some character in a integer, it won't take, it will take as a number or it will give sometimes errors. Okay, coming to other programming languages, strings are like string, so you can't assign string to a integer, correct? But here in C programming language, we don't have any differentiation for variables. You can store any type of data. So in data of 2, I am going to store my name. I have stored my name. Now I am going to add data 1 to data 2. Let me execute this thing. So what it is going to happen? See what happened. It won't throw you any error. If the same program, if you try to execute in C or any other programs, you will face a error, runtime error you will face, saying that you are trying to add an integer with string. It's not possible. But how it is happening here? So JavaScript come up with many things. It looks like easy and they have many complexities inside. But here coming to variables, okay, so what JavaScript will do is when it tries to concatenate an integer with a string, what it will do is it will treat this one as also as a string, and then this also it will as an integer, but there is no combination of integer and string. So this 5 also it treats as a string, and it will add 5 Nanda. So that's the reason you can see 5 Nanda. Suppose if you see you are trying to add a floating point 5.75. So what will happen is it will try to combine floating point into the integer, okay, and it will give you the floating point output. See here 10.75. If you're trying to create a same thing in Java, same thing in the C programming language or other programming language, so what you need to do is like you need to write a float over here. Simple example I'm telling, you need to write float here, and then you need to write this is a int and this is a float. So what they are trying to do over there, you are going to get a float value combining integer and float, but here it will automatically converts integers, floats, and everything which is having the high priority. Previously string is high priority, you can't combine strings and these things, so that's reason you are getting string over here. So now here float is taking high priority, you are getting the floating point number. Okay, you are getting the floating point number. Got it? So like other programming language, you wanted to combine two strings. Here also we are going to use the concept same like plus. And if you're not writing any data, string data without double quotation, it treats as a variable. If I execute Nanda plus Kishore, if you can see Nanda Kishore over here. Suppose you are not writing over here, you're not writing with double quotation. Execute here, word is coming undefined. Okay, so what is this undefined? In JavaScript, at any point of time, you have created a variable. Okay, you have created a variable. like var data. If you create any variable like var data, it will be defaultly assigned to undefined. Okay, means you have a variable, you have not defined any data in it. Got my point? So whenever you created a variable in C programming language, it is an integer. You will get sometimes 0. If it is a floating point, it will come 0. If it is a string or character, it will say /n as the ending of the string. Okay, and float, it will take 0.00 by default. But in C programming, JavaScript programming language, we don't have this thing. Whatever the data you have in any variable, you have created a variable and you have not added any data for it, it will call as it will store the data as a undefined, which means boss, you don't have any data in the variable. In the data variable, you don't have any data, you need to assign it. That's what it is telling. So if you write document.write of data here, you will see as undefined. See here, you will get Nandakishore and you can see undefined. Okay, got it. Any questions still here? And one more important concept coming to these variables is a complex. It's not complex, it is very simple if you understand. This concept we are going to call hoisting. Okay, hoisting. So what is this hoisting in JavaScript? Okay, so if you go to the C programming language, C++ or Java, any programming language, what are all the variables, user defined variables you have to write in the start of your program, start of your function, start of your class. Okay, that is the default behavior. Am I correct or not? You have to write first 3-4 lines, how many variables you want to create, how many data types you want to create, everything you have to write in the starting of the program. But in JavaScript, it's not necessary to write all your variables at starting of the program. Simple example, I'll tell you here. Okay, I'm just hiding this thing, all these things. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is, okay, what I'm trying to do is here is, I'm going to write document dot write of data. So I'm trying to print the data in HTML page. See here the concept. I'm trying to print the data in HTML page. And if I execute here, you're not getting any data. Let's go to the console. So why we need console? If you go to the inspect, you will see console here. So what is this console? Console is nothing but it is a reference. Sorry, it is a reference where you can see all your JavaScript errors or any warnings, or if you wanted to log something, those information will be available in console. Console is mainly to get your what? Get your errors, warnings, or if you wanted to log something, you can able to log the data over here. Okay, so coming to JavaScript, to write comments, we are going to use by using double slash, or you can't write like this. Okay, because you already in a separate programming language, you can't write like HTML. This is HTML way of commenting. This is a HTML way of commenting. JavaScript is double slash is one way of commenting, and slash star and then slash star slash is the way to comment multiple lines in JavaScript. To comment multiple lines, you can use this way. To comment single line, you can use double slash. And also one more thing, like other programming languages, it should not be like starting in a new page, new line. At any point of the line, you can write double slash and comment from there. Sorry, comment from that point to end of the line by using the double slash. Okay, double slash. Fine. This is the way of commenting in JavaScript. Now, see here, document dot write of data. So I don't have any data variable in this current JavaScript. I have it, so everything is commented. So it means that there is no lines of code. And now if you see, I have written document write of data. So this is the error, correct? So that's reason you can find in the console, saying that what are all the errors, what are all the warnings and everything you can able to see over here. So here you can see uncaught reference data is not defined. So what is going to happen? So you're trying to write document dot write of data, but the data value is not presented in your program in the starting or anywhere. So that's reason it is telling what it is telling. Data is not defined. Okay, data is not defined. So now suppose if I write var data, I have defined a variable. If I execute it, see here, the first error is not there. If I execute here, see here, there is no error. Okay, there is no error, but what you are seeing output undefined. See, whenever you created a variable, okay, and you try to print it without assigning, okay, it is undefined. Okay, it is undefined. Okay, I'll share you the schedule today. Okay, I'll share you the schedule today. Team will update you on the schedule, what we are going to discuss from next class. Okay, so that's the reason you are getting undefined. Now, there is a concept I told you called JavaScript hoisting. So what is this JavaScript hoisting? I'm going to take this variable. So in like other programming languages, JavaScript is not strictly binded language. You need to write all the variable declarations, definitions, and everything in the top of the program. That is not the case in JavaScript. At any point of the time, you can create a variable for you. So what I'm doing? So after this one, I'm trying to write var data. I'm going to write var data, and then I'm assigning data equal to 10, and then what I'm doing is I'm writing again document write data of data. See here what I'm trying to do. I have a variable in 22nd line, but on the 18th line itself I'm trying to write document write of data. In this 18th line my data is available? No. And then if you see 25th line, we are trying to do document write of data. Before that one, what I did, I have assigned data equal to 20. Now let's execute and see what output we will get. If I execute here, what you are getting, first one you are getting undefined, second one you are getting as 10. Okay, first one you are getting undefined, second one you are getting as 10. Why it is coming like this without any error? Previously, if you don't have any these lines, if I print document or write of data, it is used to throw me an error. But now why it is not coming? Because this concept we are going to call as a variable hosting. So what is variable hosting is like, whenever you declare a variable. So what is the definition and what is the declaration? Definition is nothing but you are defining a variable. You are creating a variable. Declaration is nothing but you are assigning some value to that variable. Okay. You are assigning that, I'll tell you. Document a write-off slash and you can give. Okay. So what is the definition and what is the declaration? So this is called definition. This is called definition. Here you are defining a variable. So I'm defining a variable called data. So it can store any type of data in a JavaScript. It may be character, it may be string, or it may be floating point, or any type of information you can store. What is the declaration? You are assigning some data. Okay, you are assigning some data to a variable. Okay, assigning some data to a variable. So what happens in JavaScript is, suppose you declare, if you define or declare a variable at any point of time in JavaScript. Okay, if you define and declare a variable at any line in the program in JavaScript, what happens is this definition part, will be moved to top of the JavaScript program. So what happens is like this where data will be moved to here. Okay, will be moved to here. Nothing but, so what is meaning is like JavaScript runs in two things. So there is a runtime and there is an execution. So what is the runtime is nothing but whenever before executing your program, a programming language will try to run it, will try to compile it itself, and it try to see any errors presented in that program or not. Okay, in any programming language, compile time and runtime. So it will just compile your program, or your program, you have written your program successfully. So in C programming language, you may need to first, when you try to execute your program, first it will compile. What compile it will do? All the syntax are correct or not, everything it will compile. It sees your program is correct, then it will create a bytecode. That bytecode you are going to run it and you are going to see the output. The same concept here also works, but it won't in JavaScript. It will do the compilation, but not like other programming languages. First it will compile and then it will run. So compilation, execution time, everything will happen same, one after other. Okay, one after other. Anything inside double quotations is going to be a string. So what happens in JavaScript is nothing but, so whenever you declare and define a variable, what happens to the JavaScript is the definition part will be moved to the top of the program at the compile time. Okay, at the compile time, it will move to the top of the line. So whatever the 22 line you are writing here, in JavaScript execution, where it is trying to compile, it automatically comes here by the JavaScript engine, by the JavaScript compiler, by JavaScript compiler moves top of program all variable definitions. Okay, this is the important concept. So whenever you are defining a variable at any point of program in JavaScript, it will move to the top of the program in the compile time. But in C programming language, it will explicitly ask, even you are writing a variable definition or declaration, you're defining a variable at 20th line, 100th line or 2000 line in the C programming language, it will throw an error saying that you have written some variable in middle of the program somewhere. And then it will ask you to move that variable to the top of the program. But in JavaScript, it is not in the case. Even you can write this variable after 10,000 lines, 20,000 lines of JavaScript program, but in the compile time, this variable definition is going to move to the top of the program. Like it, you can think like in the 0th line of the program, it will define all the variables. So that's reason what happened. Even you're writing var data in the 25th line, the variable definition will be moved to the 11th line here, or it may be moved to the starting of the program or 0th line of the program. Okay, got it. This is called variable hoisting. So concept of variable hoisting is nothing but whenever you have a variable definition at any point of time in your JavaScript program, the definition will be moved to the top of the program by JavaScript compiler. This concept we are going to call as a hoisting. Got it? So that's reason variable got hoisted and you can able to see the output of document.write of data. So whenever you define a variable, what is the default value? It is undefined. So that's reason data will be undefined in this first line, and the 10th line you can see, the next line you can see data is 10. JavaScript hoisting, variable hoisting. Called as the hosting, but hoisting we are going to call variable hoisting or function hoisting or anything. Okay, got it. This is the most important concept of JavaScript. In interviews, you'll get this concept any point of time. Got it? You can write it. If you want to print inside, you can write it. I told you correct, at anywhere in JavaScript, you can write at any place of the line JavaScript, HTML you can write. Inside HTML at any point of time, you can write the JavaScript. I can just copying it. So as I said, JavaScript, HTML, CSS are all line by line execution. Okay, now see the output. Where you are getting 10 after the paragraphs and div. So what is happening here? JavaScript, it executes program, JavaScript or HTML, all these things. It will check any HTML is there, it will execute. And see here, till here, HTML got executed. After this, it got JavaScript program correct. It will start execute from here to here. And then again you have HTML, it will execute this one. And again you have JavaScript, again it will execute this one. Okay, JavaScript, HTML, all these things are line by line execution. Okay. So this is called, this JavaScript program we are going to call line by line execution. Now we'll see one more concept that is called console. So what is this console? So console is the place, see here, you are trying to execute some program and you can seeing in the content. Suppose sometimes you don't want to see some outputs on the HTML page. Okay, you don't want to execute some outputs on the HTML page. At that time, how can we do those things? We can just write concept called console.log and you can provide data. If I execute this one, go to the inspect, see here you can see 110 over here, and again if you go to the console you can see 10 over here. So let me print over here. See here console value is 10. So here by providing the single quotation you can able to provide some content to display on the console, and if you want to concat two data here you can provide comma. If you provide plus also plus, see what happens. It will also provide the same thing, but normally we are going to use comma. So whatever you want, whatever is feasible for you, you can use it. Okay, you got it. Any questions? So this is the way how you are going to write the programs. Any questions till here? Okay. So the important concepts you need to understand is variable hosting. Okay, variable. Okay, I'll show the code. Okay, this is the basic things about JavaScript. So, and now I'll stop the session here. But for the next class, what I want you people to understand is like, because I want to make some JavaScript program as well. So this is the basic concept I told slow. But the next concept I want you people to understand, analyze. I don't want you to do any research or something. What I wanted you to is, you wanted to do some learning on yourself by using your C skills like arithmetic operations, logical operations, and if else loop. So these things I'll provide, I'll go in the fast way in the next class. So, but I want you to understand those. So if loop, if else loop, for loop, switch, and all those things we are going to cover in the next class. So these things we needed, but you have some basic knowledge of C++, you C programming language, you go through them. I'll also explain, but I'll explain in very short period, and because these things you already known, I don't want to spend much time on those things. But this variable concept is very important in JavaScript, if you're going as a fresher level or something, and if you're executing the programs, you'll face a lot of issues because of this variable. Because even after 5 years experience, people also, when I'm seeing going to this concept, I still see there are a lot of misunderstanding regarding the variables in their thing. So the list three things you need to go for the next class is arithmetic operators, logical operators, and basic conditional operators like if else, if ladders, and loops, for loop and do while loop, and then last one is switch. These are all the prerequisites I need you people to go through them. I'll go through the examples in the next class with the programs, but I'll go in a fast manner, but you need to go through them. If you have any doubts on those, I'll explain them and I'll clear your doubts on the conditions, loops, and everything. Okay. So I'm telling you again, what you need to go through is like arithmetical, logical operators, arithmetical, logical operators, arithmetical, logical operators, and then conditional statements, if else, if ladder, conditional operators, if else, if ladder, and switch, and looping statements, looping, for and do while, for, do while, and while. These three things in looping. So these are all the concepts we are going to see in the next session. Please go through them. I'll explain those if you have any doubts, but I'll go through the examples and I'll show you the examples on them. Got it? Any more questions? So this variable concept, understand and try to see some of the blocks or something, you can able to understand them easily now. Okay. The variable hoisting is the concept, is going to be very critical concept, and you will get in interviews at least one question you will get from those concept. Arithmetical, logical, if else, switch, for, do while, and while. Yes, tell me, Akash, what's your doubt? Yeah, so to link JavaScript from other, so like how you're writing CSS, the same way you can, not link you are going to use, not link we are going to use, we are going to use script. Okay, we are going to use script src we are going to write. Okay, that so we are going to, you can write the JavaScript and you can write script src. I told you correct, script src, script, and script type JavaScript, and so src over here. So how you are writing href, correct? So style.css, you can write java code.java, sorry, js, code.js. So you are going to write JavaScript extension is JS. So code.js we are going to write. In this code.js, whatever the code you have written, you can just copy it and you can paste it over there, it will work. So these things we'll see in the coming classes. Okay, these things we'll see in the coming classes. Fine. No, we can write some other part that is not needed, but what we are trying to tell to the script explicitly is this: we are going to write a JavaScript code inside this file and we are going to read from that. So we are going to read the JavaScript type of file from that. You can write other things also, that is not needed for us. Okay, fine guys, meet you in the next class. Have a great day. Good night. Stay safe.